All right, guys. It's a matchup for the ages in the semi-finals of the Wardi Mondays. These guys have cleaved through so many high-level opponents to get here. SHIN for Weibo Gaming in the bottom right. And for Shopify Rebellion, it is BYUN in the top right side of the map. BYUN is on a bloody tear. Like, what in the heck? Took out Clem, took out Rainer. BYUN is just on fire. He can't be stopped. He's a freak. He's doing so good. On the other hand, SHIN, he's taken out. Gumi, bro, like they've both been smashing faces, right? These guys have been smashing faces to get here, and they both want that spot in the finals. I think it's Classic waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this. And dude, this is going to be so exciting to see where this goes. Big thank you, Skiptron, for the sub. We are casting this one live. If you guys ever want to watch a lot of the games that we do cast live on this channel, not all of them, but quite a few get cast every Saturday morning, Australia, Asia Pacific time. That's Friday afternoon and evening if you're in America. Very late at night, Friday evening if you're in Europe. If you guys have insomnia, drop by my stream, twitch.tv/x5_pig. Try to cast this Best Games of StarCraft show. We wrap up the best games from the week every single time. Now, this is going to be an interesting match because SHIN, it looks like he's going 15-15. I've seen him go Ling speed with this a fair bit recently, but this looks like a full gasless opening. And I think he might open these minerals and then take a third and then just do like a straight to Roach build. It's tempting to do that. If you do that efficiently enough, you can even full wall this side with like a Roach Horn and 2 Evo chambers to stop Hellions getting in. And then you can actually do a pretty sick timing attack. Now, if anyone speaks Hangul, speaks Korean, can read Hangul, you guys let me know what they're saying. Don't really see SHIN bantering much in the game, which is interesting. Is of course Barracks Command Center. He knows from the Barracks time in the Command Center is there. Doesn't need to see it explicitly to know what's going on. Okay, check it out. Third Command Center build, maybe. Don't see a second gas, so it looks like, yeah. Probably going to be saving for that third Command Center, unless he takes it right now, which he does not. Second Marine building before Reactor, just keeping him safe against any Zergling run-bys. Does cancel it, starts the Reactor now. Queen comes forwards. We've got one Queen injecting the main, one injecting the natural. And he's got gas coming in, but it's just 2 workers on gas. Now, he could, of course, just do this like a full straight Infestor rush into Ultras as well. Very good build order. Yeah, with the 15-15, I mean, he took his gas slightly slower than people normally do, but it essentially is just your 15-15, 4 Queen, 2 hatch opening. This build often goes lair the moment that Queen pops in the main. It gives you full scouting because your Overseer can come in really early, see what's going on. You'll see a pretty generic build from BYUN, so not much to react to there. Wonder if BYUN goes for that fast double engineering bay. Tech Lab goes down before Starport. And second Barracks. Okay, 2-1-1. Not the super fast eBay, but just a 2-1-1. 2 Queens and 3 Zergons. Oh, he lets the Reaper jump. That was so clever. If SHIN attacked straight away, BYUN would have turned around. So he purposely moved his units to let the Reaper get to the jump animation and only then reveal that he had the trap set. Really nicely done. SHIN smack talking right now, guys. SHIN said that's too much before. BYUN said, I'll eat and go. Interesting. I still love when, was it Dark who started smack talking someone and he said triple mucous membrane when I pointed Google Translate at the screen? I still don't know what triple mucous membrane means, but I imagine it's like +3 attack or something, or, oh, you built 3 roaches. I don't know, like, where the translation goes wrong when you're talking about, like, Zerg words that have been translated and there's slang involved, but, you know, it's always a little interesting. Evo chamber goes down in the wall. Roach Horn's in the back, and this is actually 4 gases. Oh, he doesn't want to reveal he's playing roaches, which I think is a good idea. One of the big problems I have with doing these builds that he's doing right now is they just know what's coming, and they can abuse you with mobility. They know you don't have that many queens. They know you don't have the Zergling mobility. It just feels bad to play these roach openings when the Terran knows it's happening. Ooh, good Hellion move. Look at that. Lines him up. Oh, 3 creep tumors for just a few hits on the Hellion. Great trade. Queens will respread the creep, of course. See if those Hellions dart back in and find them. Oh, he does. He's going to get one. Super annoying play by BYUN. Really well played. Carapace and Roach Speed is on the way. Now the question for SHIN is does he hold down the drone key and drone this third up? Or do we see him do a big Carapace Roach Ravager roll in? Like how many drones will he commit to? 2 Hellions going to try to run in. And, oh, he's going to realize. He sees the roaches, and I think Shin now is going to go, okay, you know I'm going roaches. That may trigger him to build drones. He's going second Evo chamber. He's going up to a total of 12 roaches. Infestation pit goes down. It was going to be a second Evo, but he changes his mind, builds the infestation, and yeah, more drones. Because this is an attack which could work really well if you fully surprise them. If he knows already this early, you know BYUN is not going to miss a beat on his tank production. He's probably going to have a tank on the high ground or something, another tank like behind the gold minerals. It's just going to be so hard to break through. Meanwhile, BYUN's Marines moving out with Stim and 2 medevacs. Plenty of roaches to deal with that with roach speed. Should be easy for Shin to defend. If he can deny a bit of mining on the third as well, that would be really nice. Yeah, BYUN doesn't want to take any risks. He's got a tank out. As I said, tank on the high ground will make this situation unbreakable. Not sieged right now, though. Oh, Shin's going real deep right now. BYUN, dude. Oh my gosh, but you know what? No high ground vision once he pulls back, and oh, that actually works out really well. BYUN, not that was kind of the reverse of the Queens not shooting earlier and baiting the Reaper. That tank not sieging up seemed like a mistake, but it actually ended up setting a trap. So Shin committed way deeper than he should have. How many roaches did he lose? 8 roaches for just a few Marines. Good trade for BYUN. There we go. Tanks moving forward. Marines as well. Ooh, Overseer's going to be going in. Yo, jeez. He's not going to get a Contaminate off. Okay, he does. He does Contaminate a Barracks, but losing the Overseer is expensive. 2 Infestors and a Hive on the way. Ling speed as well as a second Evo. Okay, so he's just going to swap into Ling Ultra Infestor. Good transition, but this third hatchery is always so vulnerable. Those Infestors, they're setting a trap. He only gets 1 Marine. Dude, BYUN has gotten so good at dodging these fungals. I feel like he's better at it than Clem. I think he's played enough games against Shin. He's been playing so much Infestor recently. He's actually gotten really good against it. Now, you can see Melee has started, but he's got to find the gas for that +2 carapace. There we go. That'll maintain the upgrade advantage. 1-1's just now finishing for Terran. Vehicle weapons coming in. And what's interesting is he's already building 3 tech labs. Only 2 reactors. So he's going into Heavy Ultra really early. Problem, Lings are coming out. And you need Heavy Marine to deal with Zerglings. He's going to have so few Marines, the Zerglings will be a problem. Yes, tanks and Marauders can get through Ultra Armor very well, but he might be a bit too low on Marines to the point where just the Heavy Zergling itself causes issues, at least once the Roach Ravager's gone. Obviously, the initial Roach Ravager will have issues. Gonna get himself another Overlord. Shin's on 67 workers, guys. It's not a very good count. His 4th base is not that fast either. Oh, and the tanks are... Dude, this is a crazy push for BYUN. It's a crazy push for BYUN. Here we go, Fungal. Oh my gosh. That Fungal was pretty brutal. I'm surprised he didn't try to chain it. The Ravagers are going to take out 1 tank, 2... Can they get 3? Does get 3 siege tanks and then pulls back. Fungal's here. But he doesn't have any other units. Oh my gosh, the Fungal completely whiffs! Shin! Uh-oh. I mean, he takes out a Marauder, that's something. Fungal on those guys on the right would be nice. Not going to bother though. He does have to pull these roaches back that were separate from the army. Overall, a fantastic fight for Shin. But remember, he doesn't have drones on his 4th. So just the fact that BYUN has this position is still incredibly scary for him. 2 more tech labs and a reactor coming in. So it's going to be a total of 5 tech labs and 3 reactors, heavily weighted towards the Marauder production. 2nd factory comes down as well. 4th command center starts on the gold. And BYUN realizes this is a claustrophobic position for the Zerg. A few roaches going to spread out that left side. The double drop will find itself a Queen snipe. There's only 3 Queens left alive. Another one does start up in the production tab, but this is just such an awkward spot. And I think for Shin, you want to counter the left side with Lings, or you want to do a big Ling flood in here. But like, you don't want to... If BYUN comes through this gold, fighting into that is a bad idea. Don't get me wrong, Ravager Biles are good. You can hold him off, but you're not going to find an overwhelming engage because you just can't chase through this choke point. There's always going to be tank bios spread back there. So you either need to go Broodlords to break this position, you need to send half your army to counterattack. Like there has to be some clever, somewhat dangerous solution to this situation for Shin. Oh, his Infestors run too far forward. He loses one of them. He's going to try and flank around the left side, but like I said, oh, the eBay block! BYUN with the eBay block! Shin clicks on it, though. Does break the eBay relatively quickly. Yes, his units are choked up, but they're getting through. The tank's gone. There's not enough support here. BYUN runs forward with a few Marauders, tries to get the Infestors. There's still one Infestor, stacked full of energy, and BYUN just cannot escape the Fungals. Another Fungal goes down. And you know what? Shin says, I can force my way through there. I'll just split half my army to the left, flank around it, and that was good enough. No overseer for the high ground spotting, but I don't think it matters too much. He's already evicted him from the third. Shin's on 4 base against 2, and he will have to back away from this one. You don't want to just keep chasing. The Ravages are such an important resource. Gets the second factory kill as well, and BYUN bit too far behind in this game. Feels like Shin handling things so well, and I think shutting down so many tanks in that previous push. It did feel like a little bit of a half-baked push for BYUN. You know, maybe he could have had a few more units there or something. I don't know. But Shin was, of course, playing exceptionally safe on just 66 workers, 67 for a very long time. Looks like Shin should have this in the bag. He's got a few lings over there. This depot's been down the whole game, which is just crazy dangerous. Like, it's actually insane that BYUN's left that open. The buyer, really good positioning. Can't chase that any further, and Shin has to back away. He's got no infestors left, which is kind of an issue. But yeah, this is a wild risk, right, guys? Like, the whole point of the game plan is wall off the left and then shove the right side. I actually am kind of surprised he didn't build like a barracks or an engineering bay here or a few more depots to reinforce it. He finally does do it. Maybe the drop saw those Zerglings running over. There are Banelings now morphing. 16 Banelings on this map. There's no Bane speed in this game. Usually adding Banelings with speed and Corruptors is the final addition to this army. Most pros very slow to add that Spire because they want more fighting units that can actually win the engagements. Because you can have a few Corruptors, it's a luxury. You gotta make sure you have enough necessities, enough Lingbane, enough Ultras, enough Ravages, whatever it is you're using to actually win the fights. That has to be your first priority. Triple drop picks up on the left, Banelings roll through, smash about 5 depots in the wall. Oh my gosh. Actually, wasn't it 2 engineering bays? Oh, it was! He just denied the 2 upgrades! Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, he wasn't just blowing up depots, was he? He literally wanted to remove the upgrades. I don't know if 3-3 was that far along, but that is hilarious. I think Shin's like, I got so much money. Let's just smash 16 Banes into the engineering base, completely blast the door wide open. And that is ridiculously awesome. There you go, Ravager Ultra. Gonna try and come forward. Nice Biles. Takes out 1 lib. The biostims will run out. That's why you could see BYUN pushing in deep, but Shin lands a fungal, jumps on top. BYUN a little slow to react there. And that should be the final blow, I think. His army's just too small. Another fungal lands. Even in the choke point, the Ultras should be able to chew through this. It's kind of awkward shoving here, right? It's such a weird position getting through, but once you're through the choke point, it's all okay. You've just got so many numbers. GG, well played. Has to come out for BYUN soon. Takes down an Ultra. There's still enough Roach Ravager to cause him some issues. He starts chasing. 2 Roaches burrow. Can the Ravagers get back through the choke point? He should be able to get 1. This Infestor's going to try to burrow forwards. Careful, mate. Don't go into the scan. He does survive for now. Heavy Link Count is going to go forward. And there's no Marines to deal with it. What is this? 3 Marines, a couple Widow Mines. 3rd Mineral Line's getting ransacked. BYUN's been on 3 base against 5 for a while. And that's just not going to cut it. The Lings do pull back as well. We've got, looks like a Marauder drop down here. And BYUN's in pure fight or flight mode. And yeah, it's pretty much over. Pig, other than Fungal, what tools does Zerg have to chase after a running away army? Your units are all faster than theirs. Just in general, you don't want to just clump up and chase units in a ball. You want to flank around, trap them, come in from multiple sides, or land spells to disable them. I mean, you can sometimes just overwhelm them chasing front on if you've got the overwhelming numbers, but especially if you're chasing through terrain, through choke points, it gets kind of awkward. That's why we saw when he broke this position earlier, Shin split half of his army to the left to come in from 2 sides. Suddenly, where does Terran pull to, right? If you've got a more dynamic army positioning than just a blob of units attack moving, it's very hard for your opponent to go, oh, where do I start a step back to? You know, how do I dissuade this? Oh, there comes the Burrow Fungal from behind, and that should get BYUN out of the game. But this choke point, he's got belief in the choke point, guys. He really does believe in it. GG finally comes out. Shin takes an excellent game 1. I think it all came back to that tank hold over here. Clearing those first 3 tanks, just barely having enough units for that, and that push was excellent. All right, guys. Weibo Gaming, Shin in the top left, BYUN in the bottom left. BYUN just overcommitting to that tank push a little bit. It's always hard to tell. Because a lot of the times when someone plays that sort of build Shin did in the last game, 15-15, into the 2 base Roach, up to Infestors, up to Fast Ultras, You can often, if Shin droned his fourth, 75, 80 workers quickly, which sometimes you can often get away with because you're like, I've got Roach Ravager Infester, best defensive army in the game. They can't break me. Terran's going to camp. And if the Terran does just camp at home, then sure, you get away with it and it's great. But if they don't, they push like BYUN did, it does manage to counteract him. So maybe if BYUN had scouted the fourth, seen no drones there, he could have chosen to keep his tanks behind the gold minerals. Maybe put one tank in front of it to try to bait the Zerg, Shin into fighting him. But I think that, moving 3 tanks through the choke point onto the other side of it to threaten Shin's third just gave Shin way too good of an early fight. And from there, Shin suddenly was like, well, not only, now I've got also this great, I've whittled down your army. Your marine production's really low. My lings are really hard for you to deal with. My ultras are out. They're hard for you. Just too many good things happened for Shin from that point onwards. All right, guys, we've got 16 workers on minerals, a few on gas. Command center is going to go down in the natural. No scout whatsoever. Okay, so Persephone, I haven't seen BYUN play mech recently. I kind of wish he would. I feel like no one's playing mech right now. You know what? They're probably saving it for the World Championship. What's the bet? We see your BYUNs, your Marus all pull out mech builds in the World Championship that they haven't showed until they get to an important match that they think is like a hard opponent that they're going to struggle to deal with in TvZ. Like, I feel like guys like Raynor are going to have no practice against mech. They're going to get to the World Championship, and then they're going to be like, oh gosh, everyone's mixing mech in against me. Like, because that's when it's most effective, when Zergs are out of practice against it. So I have a feeling that's the Terran mindset right now. Is I'm not gonna let you know that's in my arsenal, but I'm practicing it in secret in custom games. BYUN's grinding games against Solar every day, playing mech or something. We don't really think of BYUN as a mech player traditionally. Obviously unsurprising if he does just play bio every game, but he's over the last few years, I think the Site Delta map pool is when he started mixing in some really juicy mech builds, and he would just, it was weird because the first few months he'd get ahead every time and then he'd throw the advantages. It wasn't throw the advantage, he'd just overcommit to heavy siege tank and not have an answer to Broodlords. Like, Broodlords were so effective against BYUN for months. I remember thinking, like, his mech openings were actually getting him in a better position than Gumiho's or any other players. He was always getting to what almost looked like he was so close to winning the game. And then, like, Solar or whoever would get out, like, 8 Broodlords, and they'd just destroy him. And it was like, no! It was just because he was so siege tank focused, and tanks obviously are constantly friendly firing their own units once Broodlords hit the field, and he was just a bit too slow to get Thors. That is, of course, a big if. I keep bringing up mech on this map. I think part of it's just me hoping we'll see it, because I do think it's a cool map for it with so much space. Like, Cyclone Hellion has so much room to work across all these big open areas. But 3cc, Hellion Banshee, doesn't have a massive amount of gas. Could still go Cloak, but it will be a little delayed if he does choose to do it. Queen's coming forward. Notice Shin didn't go very early creep spread. Like, he's only got 1 tumor, right? I guess he has one in the main as well. That's going to spread around the edges, give him good vision of his main, good coverage against drops. Hey, double tumor snipe. Really well done. Oh, BYUN gets another one. 3-for-1 value deal. Wow, 3-for-nothing value deal. All he took was a few hits on the Hellion. Stim comes in behind this. And it looks like it's just a single cloakless Banshee. Oh, no, he does. Okay, double Banshee with no cloak. Ah, interesting. Zerglings of Shin running around the map, not finding a way in, though. The Overlord sees the Hellions return to base. Shin likewise returns to his side. Lair and Roach Warren on the way. Okay, so he's going to be playing the Roach Ravager once again here. Americans pointing out, yep. It's a tumor, mate. We're not crazy like you Americans. It's a tumor. Oh my god. Ugh. Yucky. If you say that as an Australian, that's proper wrong, mate. Pronouncing T's and R's. Ugh. Very rare. Very rarely will we pronounce those letters. We pronounce them as CHs and whatnot. And AHs. CHs and AHs. Uh-oh. That's a lot of Hellions. That is not a lot of Zerglings, guys. Oh, it's burning time. The Evo Chamber block doesn't get down. Hellion dive, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone call for some barbecue? 5 drones go down, bunch of Zerglings, bit of mining time. Does cost him 4 Hellions. It's not free by any means. I think it's decent, though. Keeps 4 Hellions alive. If he lost all of his Hellions without any more drone kills, would have been bad. But I think that's all right. Still slowing down the creep a little bit, but things could maybe surround him. 3rd command center has landed. 4th and 5th barracks going down. It does feel a little late on the upgrades here. +1 attacks on the way. No +1 armor just yet. I had a tumor in my head, now I have a hole in my brain. Well, congrats on getting the tumor removed, my friend. I think, didn't they have a guy who, like, half of his brain basically got removed, and he still functioned, like, pretty normally? It's like the half that was remaining, like, took over all the tasks the other half was doing. I think, like, pretty sure there's, like, a few cases of that, right? Where you're like, wow, it's very human biology is very impressive. Incredibly adaptive. Especially if people are young and their brain can split it. That's so fascinating, isn't it? Well, guys, it does look like SHIN might be taking a 2-0 in this series. Because, I don't know if we're watching a best of 3 or a best of 5, by the way. Wardi Mondays, I think, is still best of 3 semis. Most tournaments do that. I know we swapped to best of 5. You guys let me know if they swapped to best of 5 as well. But I imagine it's probably a best of 3. SHIN's pretty far ahead in supply. Maybe, I mean, there's a lack of anti-air, right? 6 queens, 75 drones. I do like the spores on the edge. Oh, that's really good preparation. He's got 3 spores in the main, 1 on the far right edge. This is really good prep, but roaches. Oh, and the roaches are nearby with an infestor as well. I was going to say, if BYUN could, like, run in and snipe the hatchery, that'd be really good, but look at this fungal. Oh, he scans. Good scan. BYUN respecting the infestor play, picks up, gets out. 2nd factory is on the way. 1-1 is now finished, except it's not 1-1. It's only +1 attack. Oh, BYUN's been forgetting some upgrades today. At least he's made the correct upgrade, the most important one. He starts +1 armor now. But I think starting +2 attack might be the more important thing. There we go, does start it. Banshee goes down. One of them's still alive. Probably more important to keep those Banshees to cover against run-bys and the like. Right now, though, look at this. Hive's almost done. Baneley Nest coming in. +1 range is about to finish. He'll swap to melee after that, no doubt. Oh, geez, that's a lot of Marines. 5th hatchery, say goodnight. Oh, the Marines are just going to fight the Zerglings. There's no Banelings, no Infestors here. Gets the Zerglings and gets the hatchery. Thinks about going for the drop, sees the Spore Crawlers and has to turn around. Those Spore Crawlers at least minimizing the damage, but units lost tab. Starting to go in SHIN's favor by a few hundred now. New hatchery is going to come down. He can obviously go over and deal with it. There's so much creep. He's like, oh, I should probably go clear this creep, right? Like, dude, there's so much creep. Need another scan here as well. I need to place it right there in the middle to get both. These guys are pretty far apart. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, he sees the infestor. Okay, does pick up and gets out of there. Well done. Only loses a few Marines. Gets rid of most of the tumors. There is still 1 left, but at least the active ones are taken down. Meanwhile, Viper's coming out. Bane Speed, Ultra Cavern. SHIN's in a fantastic position. The lack of a 5th base does mean his economy isn't crazy. If he was on like 85, 90 drones, I think BYUN might be dead in the water, but he's got a 4th up. He's on 76 workers himself. He's got drilling claws, 2 factories pumping, 8 barracks, tech labs, concussive. Like, all of the different things are being ticked here for BYUN. You know, all he's missing is either, does he want to go Ghost? Does he want to go 2-star Port? Libs is pretty common right now as a tempo play to avoid the Ghost game, especially on such a long map where the Ghosts struggle to move across it. Yeah, 2nd star Port goes down. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Fusion Core in the near future as well. And some ship weapon upgrades. A big thank you for the raid, Steadfast. Really appreciate it. Hope you had a great stream, my friend. The Loose Man. Makes sense. Zerg, a very flexible race. Steadfast, a GM Zerg player. His last name is Loose as well. Marines running in the right side. Spine Crawler's getting taken out. Ooh, a couple Spines and Queens do go down. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Turn around, Ultras. Save the boys. Save the boys. Oh, it might be a bit too late. The hatchery goes down as well. BYUN clicks with his important thing. Gets in and gets massive damage. Yes, he loses two drops worth of bio on the left side, but he can replace that very quickly, and economic damage is everything. You know, denying a hatchery, denying all those drones. He's going to redrop here, but Ultra's there. Does say, get out of my base, boy. Get out of my base, boy. You weren't invited here. We don't want none of your kind around these parts of these parts of town, I guess is what they normally say. Anyways, point being, massive Baneling timing. Shin is about to chuck a Ragnarok, guys. Ultra Ravager, Ling Bane, Infestor Viper. These Blinding Clouds could be brutal. Fungal lands on the Banshee. A bit of an odd choice to do that. Ling Ultra does come forward. The Banshees focusing the Infestors is really good. Abducts coming on those siege tanks. They do get pulled to the front. The tanks go down, but it looks like the army has thinned out and BYUN holds on. Meanwhile, counter drop. Oh, he re-jumps the top right, gets massive damage done. Dude, he kills a hatchery as well. Does save most of the Marines. He's still chasing the Ravagers down in the middle as well. What a turn. Dude, I thought Shin was ahead after this early game. He had a good supply lead. He had good map control. But BYUN has thrust in with his Marines and found excellent damage. And look at that. He's like, oh, I'm a bit low on medevac healing. Whoa, healing shrine, boys. Gets in there, uses that healing shrine. He's going to pick up this drop just constantly bouncing around. And it feels really bad for Shin right now. 60 drones and not able to find the engagements that he needed. And, you know, this is kind of funny because Shin's had this problem with his build a few times. Think of game against Clem or Maganatha. I think a few more Infestors would revolutionize this style for him. If he could get a few more Infestors out there, maybe get Burrow a bit earlier. I think, you know, the way BYUN's finding value is getting in with these drops when he's not quite prepared. All right. Shin in the top right side of the map. BYUN in the bottom left side. And it looks like Shin is going to be going for a 15-15. We know that because we've no Overlord. Meanwhile, BYUN did command center first in his previous series on this map. But the way... Oh! He's doing it again! He's doing it again, ladies and gentlemen. Command center first. Okay, so last game he did command center first on this map. BYUN likes playing certain, you know, builds on certain maps. And then he went for a couple of Hellions and then just like really greedy. So into double upgrades. But he didn't actually 8 racks really quickly. Like he actually just went bio mine 5 racks Marine medevac, you know, just bio medevac mine pressure. He doesn't just do it as an 8 racks. Whereas when I saw this, I got really excited before because I thought he was doing the Maru 8 racks. Because that's what Maru did off this opening. But hey, it's just a greedy opening with really fast upgrades that just streamlines your path into bio play. You have less chances to do damage. You have less chances to deny creep. But if the Zerg's like, I'm going to make Ling speed. I'm going to make 4 or 6 Zerglings. That's really bad against the command center first. They don't need that stuff. Yes, Ling speed can help, but it's not that necessary. Hellions are delayed. There is no Reaper pressure off this build. 2 barracks. BYUN's going to 4 racks. Right? Is he? No, he goes second gap. Oh, it's just a CC first. 2-on-1. Okay, different build order. Okay, interesting. You tell I was kind of, my jaw was open for a second and I was like, what are we doing? Queen a little late to start in the main base for Shen. It's just a 2-second delay. Not a massive deal. Small inefficiency. Yeah, this is just CC first, 2-on-1, right? He's going to go Marine first. I thought you go Reactor first with this build. I guess if there's 2 Zerglings, he wants to be able to deal with it, right? You don't have a Marine. 2 Zerglings are a nightmare. Reactor goes down. Tech Lab's going to go down. And then Factory with the next 100 gas, right? Because then it'll be Factory, Stim, Starport, swap over and build medevacs is the standard order with any 2-on-1. When we say 2-on-1, guys, we mean 2 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. Yeah. So he's going to delay his 3rd command center to get very quick 2 medevacs, 16 Marines with stim inside. Go for a drop. It'll be very quick, and he'll have a pretty decent economy behind it because he went command center first. Shin, look at this, guys. He went for Ling speed, but he didn't build any Zerglings, and that's what's really good about his play here. So he's actually played really efficiently. Shin knew there was a chance of this, and he's playing really safe. Now he's going to build 10 Zerglings because Hellions should be coming out at any moment. Little did he realize there's no Hellions. He's going to Ling Flood! Oh, BYUN, this is going to be hard to stop. But his Marines are on the high. Basically, if he goes to the low ground and gets surrounded, it's game over. But if he stays on the high ground and gets to like 10 Marines on the ramp, he can basically just hold position on the ramp. Lings can't do anything against it. Even once you're at about 8 Marines. The SDVs can mineral walk away. There's only 1 depot on the low ground. Everything else can just lift off or run away. It's 20 Zerglings. And Shin, I don't think he has any idea what he's up against. He's like, dude, when are these Hellions going to move out? Wait, they're not moving out. Okay, he might feel like he has to just go, which is absolutely the right call. He does have to go. He does have to go. Here we do. Here we go. All right, BYUN pulls down, gets on the ramp. Relatively solid, but there is a lot of surface area. Oh my gosh, these lings getting really good surface area on the Marines, but not quite enough. The SCV is really helping to buffer that. And the lings go down. Only 2 SCVs and 5 Marines for 20 Zerglings. Bad trade for SHIN. He cut a lot of workers to make that happen. It was not an efficient trade. Very bad start for him. Great hold for BYUN. BYUN just shutting it down with that quick. I mean, you could see the Marines move down. He wanted to get that solid formation on the ramp, but he didn't. He had a bit of a weird position where some Marines were exposed. They got surrounded a bit, but the SCVs quickly came in from behind. And the Zerglings, as they were trying to start a step forward, were losing a few attacks in the process as well. So really good hold for BYUN. Calms down, stays stable. I think he's going to 2-base all in off the back of that. I think he says, hey, I've got an advantage. I've got momentum. Start tanks. Start +1 weapons. And then build a few more barracks. After these 2 medevacs, you swap the starport off, build another reactor, build a 3rd barracks on that reactor to get more Marines. Maybe even go 4th and 5th barracks before 3rd command center. Really good idea. And look at this. The Marines are down here. He knows there's an overlord. There always is. And medevac Marine going to poke forward. Zerglings have to get built now, but SHIN's only got 46 drones. 7 queens with 2 more building, though. He's going to have a mass queen defense. 3 Marines. Tank. That barracks going down on that reactor, as we said. Starport should be building itself a reactor shortly. +1 weapons hasn't started just yet. BYUN, I think, is very focused on finding counter damage. And that is the right call. There's not many Zerglings on the map. Queens don't really have much transfuse energy, if any. 1 transfuse goes down. Uh-oh, Queen's going down. Queen's going down. Lings are way out of position here. Oh, but he gets a full medevac. It's worth it. SHIN, it's worth it for SHIN. A very necessary piece of damage, and BYUN just overcommitting there. That was a bit unnecessary for him. And SHIN is really happy because it felt like after the early trade he was in a terrible spot. Now he's like, you know what? This is okay. This is playable. Does lose a few lings to the tank. 5 Zerglings going down there. It's not great, but 3rd command center is very slow for BYUN. BYUN has to keep being aggressive. Baneling Nest on the way for SHIN. Problem with Baneling Nest on this map, guys, there are brutal tank spots. If BYUN can get a siege tank here, a siege tank here, spread some Marines around this whole area, high ground, low ground, it is a nightmare to deal with. But SHIN wisely breaking the rocks in the middle. And if he can get a fast 4th on the right, he can always try and defend his 4-base setup and have a decent spot. 2 tanks in the middle. Very nicely done. Gonna try and clear some creep. It's a lot of Zerglings. Oh, the Marines getting jumped on. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of Zerglings. Oh man, neither side with any upgrades right now. The Ling's getting shot down. One of the tanks, one of the medevacs got shot down. Both tanks as well. This is a disaster. BYUN was doing a 2-base timing, and he's just lost a medevac and then both siege tanks. This is a disaster. SHIN now from a failed Ling flood is just catching BYUN getting a bit too ambitious on his counter aggression. There's 2 command centers building. BYUN's building a 3rd and a 4th command center and a double eBay armory. What the? He's gone 4 command center on 3 barracks, guys. This is not quite the level. This is close to the level. You guys remember the clip of Day9 talking about mind games in StarCraft? This is close to that level of build order. Going 4 command center on 3 barracks is ridiculous. But BYUN is basically saying, I am behind. I am playing SHIN, a guy who loves to attack and do mid-game timings. I have to turtle. BYUN is just going to harass with Marine and medevac and camp on mass siege tank Marine and just turtle for the next 20 minutes. His plan is to never move out, try to establish a 4th, only do drop harass because it's slow risk. It is actually very, very hard for him to get back in this game, but he's making the right call, which is turtle up, because SHIN's normally going to get a bit over ambitious and try to attack into it. Honestly, I think it's going to be hard to stop that either way as BYUN. He's going to be, really on the back foot, but the greedy 4th command center, it could really pay off. I think he goes orbital here as well. Most players would go planetary. I think he's going to play orbital. I think both are fine, but yeah, he goes orbital. That's a BYUN move. Oh, another full medevac! He played such a good tournament so far. He played so good against Clement Rayner. Oh my gosh, he's making so many unforced errors this game. Hats off to SHIN. He saw the medevac, he moved down and focused it. That is a good move. He doesn't force the error of you not noticing, though. That was really, really bad for BYUN. Oh, he's got 4 SCVs building him, and he's got a good economy. SHIN's work account is not that high, funnily enough. BYUN's been so kind of in-your-face aggressive that SHIN's like kind of playing on a lower work account than normal, but he's just got so much more army than the Terran. Notice how the tanks, some of them are on the high ground. Like, he's just going to be sitting behind wall-offs, keeping tanks in reserve positions, because he knows he's never going to fight in the open and win a fight out there. He has to be sieged up behind these rocks. So I think tank, like the tank wall, the tank you very much set up is essentially what BYUN has to go for. That's what he's going to do it. This is really hard to break through with Hydras. Very hard to break through. Pretty slick setup. Infestation's just now started. SHIN could go to 120 drones right now, but he doesn't know. So the problem for SHIN is he doesn't know about the fourth orbital. As far as he's concerned, this might be the third, because he spotted this much earlier when it started, before the third had moved out. He probably thinks this command center is actually that command center that landed over there. Alright, Marines are going to clear a lot of these creep shimmers. Very nice. So many queens. Easily replace them. SHIN Zergling's coming forward. Just trying to do anything to stay active on the map to slow down his opponent. 2 more command centers are building. But BYUN needs to max out. He needs to max out or he might just die to an A move. He's got Marauders coming in now as well with Concussive. +2 attack stun, +2 armor started. Hive and Lurkerden have just now started along with +1 range, +2 melee. BYUN will need to ring the edges of his bases with turrets, otherwise Nidus Worms and Lurkers will be a problem. BYUN's trying to make up for that bad early game, trying to close the gap in the units lost. These Zerglings poke in. Look at this creep, dude. Oh, man. Oh, and another full medevac goes down. 2 medevacs go down. No! How many medevacs can you lose? It's only 10 minutes. He's lost 5 medevacs, 2 tanks, and 55 Marines. BYUN has to feel like he's in a special place of hell. Oh, he's just reliving his medevacs dying over and over again. He is going triple factory. I love this when you're turtling up. Triple factory tank, because remember, guys, Zergs don't build Broodlords. Should they? Yes, especially against BYUN, because when BYUN turtles up, he always plays mass tank every single time. So he's always weak to a fast Broodlord timing. This is like a thing you need to know about BYUN if you're a top-level Zerg playing against him. People just forget. They just think, well, Broods are bad, so I can't play them. But the dude, this tank... Oh, it's a lot of bio! A lot of bio tank! I don't think the Banelings can break that. And the Orbital's really good because he can lift it and pull back, and you just can't chase into that tank position. Beautiful setup. Beautiful defense by BYUN. Now he's ahead. 600 in the units lost. And what's the follow-up? You're on Hydraling Bane. You're adding Lurkers. As long as you don't let the Nidus Worms get in here, I feel like BYUN's in a pretty good spot. And that's crazy, because he was in a bad spot earlier. But like I said, Broodlords. Free win Broodlords. I mean, you got to take a gamble when you're behind. I think tanks is the best way to do it. He's now got Ghost coming, which are a very soft counter to Broodlords. They're very micro-oriented. Sometimes it works. Depends on the skill of the 2 players. Everything else that's supporting them, that sort of thing. Creep spread's amazing. SHIN right now, looking a bit like Scarlet. It's oppressive levels of creep. This is like every time I let Piglet house sit, if me and Dot are traveling, I let my younger brother Piglet house sit my house, and I come home and I'm just like, one time I was like, dude, why are there maggots? I found a few maggots on my floor. What is going on? He's like, oh, I don't know how that happened. That's what BYUN's experiencing right now. Every time he goes out of his base, he's like, why is there creep spread here? What is going? Like, what did you do while I wasn't here? Like, he's like, you know, he's like washed some cooking implement poorly and like put it in some weird position. I'm like, why is this here? I don't understand. Oh, he's just gonna click Banes on the command center. Nice cancel on the second one. Good cancel to save one. It's not a value move. That's a SHIN bully move. He's saying, I've got the money to do this. I don't think he does. SHIN might be throwing. Unless he gets the Nidus Worms up. Like I said, BYUN needs turrets. In fact, no turrets on the edges is a bit of a travesty. Oh, Lurkers are gonna come out. You gotta scan. Okay, I think that's a bit of a crazy unload there for SHIN. Doesn't really kill anything. Throws 2 Niduses in the natural though. These guys, oh, he's got to bring his army back. He gets rid of the Overseer. He's gonna try and unload on the low ground. There's enough ghosts surely with scans he can stop it, right? Okay, he can. Big army on the front, though. Siege tank Ghost kind of exposed. Ling's going to take out at least one siege tank. Another tank's going to go down. Ooh, 3 siege tanks. Nice pickup. Really nice pickup. That would matter if he didn't already have 15 siege tanks. I mean, it knocks him down to 12. He's still got a great count. Greatest Spire's on the way. Okay, Shin's realized. He's realized that you have to go Broodlords to break this sort of mass tank setup. He's actually one of the quickest Zergs to realize. I've watched people headbutt into this against BYUN for 20 minutes straight before they realize, oh my gosh, he's getting up. He's getting up. The lurkers. BYUN. BYUN. Oh no. He F2'd his army to the front, and now he F2's it back. Oh, I think BYUN's a bit tilted, guys. He's got to take his time with this with Ghosts. He can't headbutt into this. No, that's too many lurkers, isn't it? Oh, okay, he does overwhelm. He does overwhelm. Oof, it was expensive, though. That cost him a lot of units. I mean, obviously, he's trading like 7,000 resources better. He just needs to chill. Because right now, Shin has access to way more bases, but actually, BYUN has tons of money. If BYUN can just keep pumping army, and then just leave a few units in the main, get back down here, he could do really well. You can see the tanks are still here, man. It's endless siege tanks. 3 Vipers being built, 5 Hydras. Greatest Spire's almost there. There's no Corruptors. He needs to build Corruptors and go Broods as quickly as possible. But there's Vikings coming out now. There's turrets on the edge. BYUN stabilizing right now. I can't believe it. Dude, this is so funny. I always talk about this. BYUN tends to play either super all-in or super campy against Shin. And if he ever falls behind against Shin, he will always go to this style where he's like, nope, I'm just going to sit there and just try to force it to late game because he knows Shin is dangerous in the mid game. Shin is so good at ambushing your army and jumping on him. But Mass Overseer now for Shin is what's going to be coming in. So he's going to go Changelings. Send those forward for Vision. 2 more Planetaries building. 1 defensive on the left side. I love that. Really important because that helps deal with Zerglings coming in. He's got big tank spready down here as well. He's still building tanks, guys. He's on 19 tanks. He's going to 20. That's an incorrect decision. People go, Pig, you shouldn't say when pros are making an incorrect decision. Guys, I can see everything. He can't. I know Broods are the counter to his army, and there should already be Broods morphing. Shin still hasn't made Corruptors. Honestly, it is an absolute blessing. 20 siege tanks is too many. I always say if the Terran builds more than like 10 siege tanks, Broods are like just such a good move. They're so good against any Terran that builds 10 or more. He's built 20. It is a crazy siege tank count. Duck's coming in, takes out a few of those siege tanks. Nice move there for Shin. I don't know if he lost any Vipers. Did he lose any there? No, kept him alive. BYUN's got a 5th up down here. How many orbitals does he have? 8 orbitals. He's got pretty much unlimited scans. He's got 9 Ghosts, 18 tanks, 4 Vikings. I really think Thors and double armory upgrades are necessary. He's still building tanks. He's building these. He's like, I need 20 siege tanks, man. He's got vehicle plating. Shin is still. You guys have got to realize I'm like these. I'm not crazy. This is. I cast a lot of these players. I know their habits. Unfortunately, Broods are just bad these days. Broods are a free win in this situation. If anyone disagrees, you guys let me know. Trust me. I guarantee you, I would gamble my life savings on it. I would gamble a lot of money. I would gamble a lot of money on Broodlords being a free win against this build. The longer it goes, the worse Broods become, because now he's got more Ghosts, more turrets, building armor. He can have multiple factories, more planetaries. It's harder to break through, but it's still going to be really effective against this tank count. Siege tank's getting abducted. Hydra Bane going to blow up the planetary as well. Nice move for Shin. Shin's doing a good job of getting in and out. The problem is attacking into the tank line. So he's not. He's just only taking shots from the front, 3 or 4, 5, maybe 5 siege tanks. Kills the thing, runs away. Kills the thing, runs away. If he could rotate to this side, maybe bust that planetary, abduct a few of the siege tanks, that would actually open up a new front, and he can keep harassing this base, maybe with single lurkers would be really good just to keep BYUN busy. Nidus worm over here, gonna pop up, does get taken out, but there are mass changelings in these bases. There's vision everywhere. Look at this. Shin's just running in with changelings everywhere. Really hard to stay on top of all of them. Nidus worms just keep going up. Yes, you just heard the voice of D.Va, because Shin plays with the D.Va voice back. Your base is under attack. Stay cool. Terrible damage. Isn't it just the best voice pack, guys? This man plays world championship matches with this voice pack on. What a legend. We've got Lurker, Viper, Lead Bane on this right side as well. We're going to just watch from his point of view. Oh, BYUN's pushing. Hold on, what? Okay, BYUN's just poking the edge of creep. That's all. That looked scarier from Shin's point of view. Those attack alerts. Now Shin's mining out the bottom right corner. He's got the top left going as well. Do we have nukes yet? I don't think so. No nukes. 2 more planetaries are building, guys. We've got another planetary going up here. Planetary on this base. It's a really good setup. Ghosts come forward. They snipe the queen. They take out a creep tumor. Bane rolling forwards. Loses one Ghost, but mostly just gets damage. A single Hydra is blocking this base on the left from getting taken. I think it would be really good if BYUN could lib harass either this base and the top left base, just or sneak a drop to deny them, because if he does that, it really buys him a lot of time. He's got 21 siege tanks right now, which is just a crazy amount of siege tanks. Now, what's funny, guys, is the Corruptors are finally coming in. And I think even at this point, with 4 Vikings and 7 Ghosts, with no Thors out, preemptively, only 7 Ghosts, I think they're still going to be amazing. Yeah, they're very fast. Broods are not a great unit these days, but that's specifically why the mass siege tank style here that BYUN does works. It's just because the Zergs have created a blind spot for themselves where they forget Broods exist. SHIN has realized it's time to make that transition. Doing it much later than I think he should have, but I think it can still work. Thors are on the way. Thors are on the way. I think he saw the Corruptors, or he at least senses 2 Thors are building. He's only got +1 vehicle plating, though. He needs more than that. Second Spire on the way, +2 air weapons. More Corruptors coming in. The Ghost Hydraling Bane Dance down here. SHIN working hard because he knows every second he keeps this base alive, he can mine from it, and those resources are double value. So let me explain the concept. If you mine 5 minerals here, it's 5 minerals that BYUN doesn't get. So you're giving 5 minerals to your army, you're taking 5 minerals away from him, because otherwise this is the next base he's going to take. Every second extra you can mine from this is money you are taking directly away from your opponent. And this is why mining corner bases, you know, people sometimes ask me why I harp on about denying bases, taking middle bases, taking corner bases when you're in a late game like this, and they don't understand that every mineral mined is so much more effective. Your opponent's never going to take these minerals. That's why he's transferred off of those. SHIN understands what the game is, but at a certain point, it's going to get too inefficient. He doesn't want to throw away too many units doing this, so he says, you know what? This is a losing battle. Give it up. Mine out the top left, and I still think this is the weakest spot for BYUN. I think an army coming in with Vipers to abduct those tanks would be brilliant. These planetaries are going to do a really good job of helping slow down any sort of Broodlord attack. 8 Broodlords are morphing, guys. And they've been revealed. There's already 2 out, so 10 Broodlords in total, +3 flyer attack on the way as well. It's going to take them up to 26 damage a shot, the Broodlords. Broodlings, pretty damn weak units, but if you make your opponent friendly fire, that can be good. He just sniped a few guys. 1 Broodlord went down. The Thors, there's only 4 Thors out. 4 Thors, pretty good against Broods. This is just going to easy deny this base. I don't think you can really do anything against that as BYUN. But as long as BYUN takes the bottom right, that's good. Also, hats off to breaking the rocks. That's really important. Notice BYUN never did that, and SHIN's getting to mine these minerals. These blue minerals are meant to get crushed by the rocks. But because BYUN's been so stuck in his base, he hasn't been able to deny those. Whereas SHIN broke the rocks and denied the minerals completely. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, SHIN's map control giving him a lot of extra benefits. A couple Corruptors do get double sniped. +2 vehicle plating, blue flame, +1 ship weapons, +1 flyer armor, 7 Corruptors, 8 spines, all that sort of stuff. Double Nidus. Nidus in the main base. Changelings are having a perf. Vikings need to land. Oh, Broodlord's going to take out a planetary. Nidus Worm distracts. It's such a big threat, right? Lurker Nidus Worm. That forces BYUN's APM over there. This takes out a planetary. It's going to move Spores forward as well to help defend. No Spellcasters right now. This is no Spellcaster Zerg play. Unless you count the Queens, which aren't really Spellcasters. Even though they are technically, but you know. Whoa, looks like they had to do a pause there in real time, guys. We are, of course, casting off the replay, so we don't just have that all pop up at one moment in the replay. The transfuses on those Broods, taking out a siege tank here or there. How many tanks are there? 17? I swear, if I was BYUN, I might unsiege some tanks and just send them across the map. Oh, getting an orbital! Great snipe. Gonna knock him down to just 12 orbitals. A measly 12 orbitals. BYUN is broke, guys. Only 12 orbitals? What a loser. Oh my god, that's so low on economy. Only! I am, of course, kidding. We've got 17 Broodlords, guys. 17 Broods can start to take down Thors, but oh, snipes do land. Brood's taking some damage, but if you don't double snipe him, they do get insta-transfused back to full life. Hydra's here, trying to help defend. The Ghost just used a lot of their energy, though. So they did some damage, but now the energy's gone. Now it's all about the Thor Viking. There's 6 Thors, 5 Vikings. Queen's doing a really good job. He's going to try and use a zoning nuke. The Ghost immediately gets his face ripped off. The Broods do not want to stand and fight into an arc of Thor Viking. Not a good move for SHIN, and he does wisely pull back from that before things go too bad. He still only lost 6 Broodlords. That could have been a lot worse. If he stood there for another like 3-4 seconds, oof, things go badly. But yeah, he pulled back at the right time. Another command center down in the bottom right would be good. This base also would be good. But right now, BYUN is saying, well, I can't really defend them. So he's just trying to be very careful. He's got bank. It's all about army against army. He's traded 11,000 resources more efficiently. As long as he keeps doing that trading and then eventually gets to mine out the bottom right, eventually this gold, eventually this base, it's all good. That being said, because Shin's mining more bases right now, he's got more minerals and gas available. He's got these reserve minerals and gas on this base, which if he ever loses this corner, he can transfer workers back from. And 64 workers against 46. There we go. Thors come forward. Nice Broodlord volley. A few good Viking Thor shots as well. I feel like the Queen usage has just been excellent. Because the Queens are one of the few ways you can use a pure mineral unit to kind of stretch out your gas investment. And gas investment tends to be what you're worried about the longer the game goes. So, you know, using mineral units to heal up your gas units, very good utility. Something in a long game, a grinding game, that's what you want to do. All right, BYUN's going to take this base. I still think the Broodlords could rotate. I don't know, guys. I feel like the Broodlords could rotate left and just like pull the army over this way, maybe. A lot of siege tanks all over the place. The army's getting very immobile for Shin. He's got 8 Hydras, and that's it. 7 Infestors are now in the mix. I'm sure he has Neural Parasite, right? Okay, Neural's on the way. If you can mind control the Thors, if you can stick your Neural Parasite into those Thors, it is a massive swing in the engagement. So the tanks need to cover against that. Most players would go Thor Lib Ghost for late game. You can see he's going Fusion Core and ship weapons now, but it's a bit late for BYUN. I think BYUN should have been going to Libs much earlier. The problem is tanks are so weak to Broods, so you'd much rather have Liberators to deal with the Infestors. Because now, if these tanks get shot down by the Broods, the Infestors can come in, mind control all of your Thors, and you will just get completely wiped. So that's why the Lib transition is a necessity. I'm so stuttery lately in my commentary. I'm like, I got to explain things. Oh my god, do you guys see the Lurker? The Lurker corpse! Dude! They just bulldozed that Lurker. Oh my lord. Oh! The orbital goes down. It gets like 2-shot basically. Snipes do take out a couple Broods though. 3 Broods go down, so it's not free. Dude, that was so cool. What was it in Company of Heroes, guys? You could get like the anti-mine bulldozer on the front of your Sherman as an attachment. And it's like a twisting bunch of like metal chains or something that it like slaps the ground with in front of it as it drives along. That's essentially what those tanks just had. That's so funny. I guess it was more of just a classic cow. What do they call it? A cow plow? What's the thing? The cow bumper? Whatever the hell that thing's called. Mental farts. I've been casting all day today, guys. It's been a long one. Hatchery's going to go here. Apparently didn't want to unburrow his Hydra. That is a hilarious hatchery placement. Cow catcher, that's it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Broodlord's throw. Fungal. Massive fungal. And he gets chained. And he gets chained again. And he gets chained again. Those air units taking massive damage from the Fungals. The Corruptors try to come forward as well. Thor's taking massive friendly fire from the tanks. These tanks are counterproductive. His tanks are killing his own units. This is what I'm talking about, man. He needs to get rid of these tanks. But he doesn't have libs yet, so he can't. He needs the tanks to cover against the Infestors. That's why BYUN's kind of killing his own units with the siege tank friendly fire right now. It's a really big problem with this tank setup against the Broodlords. Broodlords coming forward right now. Corruptors will take out the Liberator. Queens go a bit too far forward off creep. EMPs land. Hydroling Bane tries to come forward. Now that the tanks are getting broken, the Hydroling Bane's thinking about fighting through. Broodlords getting some good volleys off those Infestors. And Queens looking at those exposed Vikings. It's a tempting trade. Can he get those Vikings? Infestors still very exposed against EMP. Corruptors coming. It's PP time. 2 of them unzip their fly. They start to take down his bottom right base. BYUN needs to defend. Does take down a few more of these Broodlords. Units lost have still 12,000 in favor of BYUN, but that means they're trading pretty evenly in the last engagement because he was already ahead that far. Orbital's going to go down in the bottom right as well. Lings will clear that out. Corruptor's there. Queen's getting sniped. It is what it is. We don't really care too much about losing Queen's as Shin right now because he's denying the bottom base, and that is huge. He's also starting to steal the base on the left. If he can fully transfer to that forward base, that would be amazing. I just realized, guys, he literally doesn't want to reveal it because of the sensor tower. That's why he didn't take the base. He's like, I'll just steal the gas. Because he's like, I'm not going to commit to defending it, but I will just sneakily take it. Because if he knows about it, he can deny that with anything. That's really funny. I would like to see this Hydra unburrow and rejoin the army, as that's 2 wasted supply right now. You've got to be very supply efficient in these late game situations. There's no queens on the map, 7 more broodlords being made, so it's going to be 18 broodlords, 5 more corruptors coming in, +3 air armor is on the way, as is +3 ship weapons. Orbital still stuck down here in the bottom right side of the map. It's going to be going down. BYUN scans and finally finds about that hatchery. He's like, oi, he's stealing me gas. Watch out, Fungal. Fungal boy underneath the army. He goes for the neural, and he EMPs, he just EMP'd 3 or 4 of the other ghosts. Cute. He neuraled the ghost, EMP'd the other ghosts. I don't know if I've ever seen Shin do that move before. You could tell he kind of hesitated for a second after neuraling it, like he didn't even know what the buttons were. Ooh, Ghost Lib coming forward. Spine Crawler Assault. Shin trying to give him a taste of the Hentacle. Liberator coming forward. Thors as well. Spines should get broken. Spines actually took out a Ghost, which is adorable. Was not expecting that. They do all go down. Units lost time still 13,000 in favor of BYUN, but BYUN's mining is drying up. Shin still has income. He's got 57 workers. He's going to start transferring those guys around. He's gone back to this base. This base up here is going to get taken out by a Thor drop. Changelings coming forward. These libs are kind of exposed, aren't they? The Vipers could come in and parasitic bomb those, perhaps. There's a Cyclone here. I honestly think that unit was a misclick. Hopefully he throws that away. There's a waste of supply. Oh, he's going to neural a Liberator. That's cute. He's gonna steal it and say, get over here. Let me kill you, please. Just pulls that Liberator over. He doesn't have a lot of anti-air right now. It's like 3 Hydras, 7 Corruptors. So definitely going to need to build a few more. Yeah, Corruptors come in. All right, denying this one. BYUN's like, hey, this is my base in the future. After I mine out the bottom right, I will be moving in that direction, so screw you. And now that he's got libs, it's a much better answer to the Infestors, but the Corruptors, great answer to the libs. Command Center still floating over that. Not able to get there. And you've got to look back at the income tab once in a while and go, dude, Terran income is so bad. BYUN has a bigger army. He's just dropping a few mules here and there. He's down to 10 orbitals. He was at 13 earlier. He doesn't have as many scans and mules. Still a lot, though. Vipers come forward, abducting into Spore Crawler Corruptor. Oh, really nice play. Moving the Spores forward because he doesn't have the supply to have a lot of anti-air damage output. Right? It's all in Broodlords and this sort of stuff and Ling Bane and Infestors. So he uses the Spore Crawlers as a substitute. They're very fragile and they are trying to burrow a bit far forward. Is this a bit too ambitious? They get a few good shots off. Broodlord's coming forward. He's denying the base. Shin trying to make him dance. And oh, a bunch of Vikings go down to Spores. Infestors land themselves a fungal. He neurals, but he gets taken down by the lib before he can actually do anything with that neural ghost. Corruptor's getting sniped. Broodlord's getting sniped. But here we go. Fungal tries to land. It does not. The second one lands on the front of the ghost. The Banelings. Whoa, about 6 ghosts got taken out. The Corruptors are hammering the libs and the medevacs. BYUN trying to pull back here, but Shin is 100% committing. I think Shin's got to pull back now, though. I think he's got to pull back. He might be going too far now. It's just Broodlords against Thor Ghost now. Oh, we'll see how it goes. But wait, he's actually taking out the Ghost. It's working. He's got the numbers. He just has the numbers. And BYUN gets overwhelmed. Shin there with an expert engagement, using the Spores, using the Spellcasters, the Ling Bane, the Corruptors as well. And that is an excellent Game 3 win for Shin. He was miles ahead off the early game. BYUN had a disaster of an early game. Hats off to him for dragging this out to late game. But that mass tank style is absolutely crazy, man. What a crazy style. And finally, the Broodlords do pick him apart. I think there's an argument that BYUN had more than enough time to transition into libs before the Broodlords arrived. He had 7,000 resources at this point and hadn't started a proper Liberator transition in terms of Fusion Core or anything. So I do think if BYUN had gone libs immediately and already started realizing, hey, these tanks aren't going to be good long term, I actually think that would have given him so much more success in this game. But shout out to Shin. I didn't even catch this earlier. Little details like defending his corner base with Nidus Lurker. Just great job of picking BYUN apart across the course of that game. And excellent Broodlord combo usage. GG, well played. Shin takes it 2-1 and goes to the finals.